Hey guys, Cronus Falls here, and with the upcoming 3x3 arena, I just wanted to go ahead and go over different types of arena teams and kind of give you guys an idea of what you should be looking to make in order to create your 3 teams that you're going to be going up against other people with. Now, it's going to be interesting to see how the meta evolves in this kind of situation. Obviously, I think having 3 really strong speed teams would be probably the optimal route. I mean, it's the same as regular arena in that respect. So if you are a whale and you can do that, that's probably the way you're going to go. But for someone like me or someone with less champs than me, 3 really good speed teams is not something that I can really pull off at the moment. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be running a good or a pretty good speed nuke team. I'm going to be running a good resist team, and then I will be running my regular speed CC team, which is more of a hybrid build. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the 3 types of arena teams that I think there are, and let me know in the comments if you think there are more. But let's go ahead and hop into it here. So we are going to come into Classic Arena. And so we're going to be fighting these 3 people today. So first of all, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the basic, the basic team that I run right now, which is going to be Arbiter as the lead, Rotos, Tormin, and Madam Ceres. So this is the hybrid speed CC team that I mentioned. And so the idea here basically is that we don't assume that we're just going to be faster and flat out nuke the opponent. So we have Tormin in here to go ahead and counter the speed boost from the opponent and the buffing. Let's go ahead and jump in here. So we'll see. If I am just flat out faster, then it won't matter, but it looks like the Seeker is probably going to get a chance to cut in on me here. So I'm going to go ahead and drop this down to 1 times. I'm going to speed up, and then my Madam Ceres gets to go, so we're going to go, and then I think the Seeker is going to pop in here. He does. So look, we went ahead and froze those 3 with Tormin. So that's the idea behind this build here. It's not to go first and nuke your opponent flat out, but rather it's to make sure that your opponent doesn't get a chance to do that to you. So we're going to come in here now, we're going to take out the Kale, we're going to take out the Kymar, and now we basically have no threats left. There is still a Skull Crown, but she's taken care of, and that's going to be the end of this fight. So like I said, that's the first type of team that I think is actually pretty strong. That's my main arena team that I run. And I'm definitely going to be running this as one of my defense teams in the 3x3. Let's go ahead and go over next a flat out nuke team. So we'll go ahead and go against this one. Or actually, that might be better for the high resist. Let me see. No, we'll do that one for the high resist. Okay, so we're going to come in here, and instead of Tormin, we're going to go ahead and run Masha Led here. So Masha Led, I don't have him super glassed out to nuke, so he's probably not going to be one-shotting people, but because I do use him in Clan Boss. But the idea behind this kind of build is that you assume you're going to be faster than your opponents. You're going to come in here, speed up, decrease defense, and then nuke them. So let's go ahead and run it here. So we're going to come in with our Arbiter. We're going to speed up. Their Arbiter manages to cut in, so that is the issue with this kind of team. So once you get into a situation like this, you can be in a lot of trouble. Luckily, Rotos is pretty busted, so we might still win it. We'll see. Nah, that's going to be the end. If we had killed the Ray there, that would have been good. But, so we can go ahead and see that even with a strong lineup like that, you can pretty easily lose with a regular speed team, and that's why I don't run that often. But, if you do have a really strong setup, the issue with that team is, as you saw, it gets cut in on. So if you look at my Arbiter's speed here, we are at 319, which is decent, but still a little low for the top ends of Arena. But then when we look at my Madam Ceres, she is not within 30% of that speed. She's down to 229. Masha Led is all the way down here at 212. So even though my Arbiter is super fast, because I can get cut in on that team, it's still not going to be the best option for me. But if you have a team like the opponent's team there, then you can go ahead and run a flat-out nuke team. But let's go ahead and come in now and let's look at a high resist team. So if you come in with a high resist team, basically, I'll show you here. This is my setup. This is going to be my third team probably on the 3x3 arena, not you. Who's the other one? Molly. So basically the idea with this team is all of them have high resistance. Let's go ahead, except for Rosin, he's an immunity set. Let's go ahead and take a look at their builds here. So my Sill of Drakes here, she's coming in with 4k defense, 352 resistance, plus Rosin's 90 is going to be like 440, 275 accuracy to land her stuns. We've got Molly here, she's coming in with 456 resistance, 256 accuracy, 196 speed, 3800 defense, 45k HP. So again, just very tanky build. Our Jack here, he's going to be coming in with 80k HP almost, 183 speed, 335 resistance, 247 accuracy. So basically the idea in all of these builds is they can land their debuffs, hopefully. They're not going to be taking debuffs from the opponent, and they can just kind of survive and beat the other team down slowly. So let's go ahead and run it here. So obviously the other team's going to go first. We're going to resist all of that, and hopefully we don't get any provokes. We do not. So now we've taken their first onslaught. Everyone's still looking really healthy, so we can go ahead and start ours. So we're going to come in and try and get some fears on everybody. We do. Now we can go ahead and go for some stuns as well. Just get some decent CC going. We don't need the provokes yet from Molly, so we are going to start working on Stagnite here probably. And the idea here is we're just going to slowly take them down, drop some turn meters so they're not going to be getting out of their stuns soon. It doesn't go on the greens, of course. And basically we're just going to work them down like this, landing all of our debuffs, and taking people down as we go. So Lysandra's back up, but that's fine. We can probably resist her. Don't need to worry about doing provokes yet, since she's probably just going to do A1 anyways. There we go. So now that she's awake, he's awake, we're going to go ahead and finish off the Stagnite. We're going to finish her off, and now we've just got these two left, so we can throw up some provokes with our Molly and see if we can take off that unkillable. We do. So this is basically the idea here, you know, tons of CC. We're basically just coming through and whittling them down slowly. We were never in any danger of dying there. So this kind of team, while decent, is not amazing in the current meta because of champions like Rotos and Foley, who can just come in, knock people down, block revive. So even though we have 2 revivers in here, if we're against one of those, they can just say, sorry, no one gets revived, see you later. But those are the 3 types of teams, guys. So let me go ahead and walk you guys through exactly what I will be running. Actually, let's go back into Arena here and go up in a battle so we can see. So like I said, this is going to be my third team that's going to be coming up there. It has 228,000 power, so it's going to make a lot of people think twice before attacking it. And it is a pretty decent setup. And then for my second team that's going to be coming in, I'm going to have, where is he? Gorgorab as the lead, then Lua. Stagnite is going to be coming in there for my decreased defense, and Masha Led. So this is a little bit weaker speed team. My Lua is not built yet, so this is not, they don't have all of their builds down for when they're actually going to be in Arena. But basically the idea here is it is a speed team, it is capable of winning, but I don't expect it to. So it's going to be probably the weakest team that I'm going to be throwing in there, but I still want it to be capable of winning. So that's why, you know, it's got pretty decent champs in here. So I want there to be a little bit of a deterrent. Basically, when someone comes in, they're going to see, okay, I could probably beat this team here, but if I take in the champs to beat that team, then what am I going to do about this team here? So you can only run, let's say you've got a Rotos, that's your only block revive champ. So you could come in and bring in your Rotos against this team and possibly stop my Tormund's revive, make sure that Arbiter can't be getting people up, and that would be a good use of Rotos. But now, against this team here, the Lua and all of them, the Stag Knight and Mashaled, this guy is a full team reviver. So you say, okay, well that's fine, I have a Foley, I can come in and stop that. But now you're against my high resist team, and 2 of them have revives. So even though they're single target, there is 2 of them. It is a little bit difficult to deal with. So basically the idea here, when I was crafting this kind of defense setup, is I want the opponent to have to feel like they have to make choices in where they're going to bring their teams. You know, they can't just come in here with their standard teams and expect to win. They have to make that choice and see, okay, do I think I can really beat 2 out of these 3 teams? And hopefully the answer is no with this setup. Like I said before, when whales come in, we're going to see 3 really good setups, like let's say this right here that the Batman Geek has. I actually did a rework for him a while back, but this is a really good setup coming in, and if an opponent had 3 setups like this, I definitely would not attack them. So that's going to be a little bit of a worry going to 3x3. Whales are going to have a really big advantage there, I feel. But hopefully the meta will shift a little bit in that, so that regular people that don't invest a ton of money in the game can still compete. There's no platinum tier right now, so we'll go ahead and keep an eye on it, see how difficult it is to get to gold 4. Because right now in the game, it's interesting, there's actually been a little bit of a shift, because most of the player base is in gold 4 in the classic arena. But I've seen people complaining it's getting harder and harder to stay in there. And I don't know, I think while a lot of people complain about it, it is actually a good thing. And that might not seem reasonable to a lot of you who may have been in gold 4 and have recently dropped out of it. But the idea is arena is supposed to be a ranked system. You know, 95% of the player base should not be in gold 4. That's just not how it works, or not how it should work. So the fact that higher end teams are going to be like the gold 4 to platinum range, and a little bit lower end are going to be a little lower in the game, I think that makes sense personally. But there is still the issue of having stuff like, you know, bronze and silver teams that are just super overpowered because the people stop playing, or they just don't do arena or whatever, so they've dropped all the way down into bronze and people just can't progress. So that is an issue as well, and I really hope Polarium take care of it. But all of that being said, that's going to be it for today's video, guys. I hope this is helpful for you in deciding how you want to put together your 3x3 arena teams. Make sure, like with my teams, there's some sort of synergy, you know, not just within the team, but between the 3 teams, where your opponents have to make choices that may allow them to beat one of your teams, but are going to severely hinder them in fighting another one. So that's going to be it for today. Make sure to leave a comment down below or join the Discord if you have anything you'd like to talk about. I'm always happy to help you guys out, and thanks for watching.